Hey everybody, my name is Danielle and this is Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence is very much appreciated. So welcome or welcome back. Tonight was Big Brother's season finale, Big Brother season 24, BB24. And I'm just going to jump right into it. All right, so since the last eviction, we saw that Turner won part 1 of the HOH, Monty won part 2 of the HOH. Part 3 was live tonight, and we watched Monty win part 3, making him the final HOH of the season. And Monty's final decision for eviction was to evict Turner. Monty kept his word with Taylor in terms of evicting Turner. And we saw this a little bit over the past couple of days on the feeds. The moment I knew that Monty meant what he said in terms of bringing Taylor to the end, evict Turner if he had that chance as the final HOH, was when he was in the kitchen talking with Taylor and he began to cry, right? He was wiping the tears away from his eyes, just with the thought that he would have to cut Turner and go against his word and how that would make him feel and stuff. And he was thinking about what he wanted to say and that he needed to say something. And that's when I knew, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna take Taylor to the final 2. All right. The jury roundtable was facilitated by Dr. Will. I don't think I was surprised by anyone except Alyssa and Brittany. Alyssa, because she spoke as if she had a handle on the game all season, you know, but this wasn't the same person I saw playing the game. I think I began seeing Alyssa play offense maybe the last week she was in the house, right? And even then she threatened Turner with her jury vote, but that was ineffective because he wound up voting her out anyway. But yeah, the Alyssa we saw on stage tonight at the round table was not the same Alyssa we saw playing the game. It's just a fact. And then the other surprise for me in the round table was Brittany saying that Monty was getting overconfident and beginning to play sloppy. Now, I thought she was bold for saying that on national television, but and my jaw dropped. I'm like, wow, Brittany, this coming from someone whose game probably would have ended had it not ended really early, had it not been for Michael. But hey, that's how she felt, right? I just thought, wow, Brittany. Okay, and I didn't really want to take a lot of time to get into the HOH comp because it no longer matters. It was a good match, and they both showed that they were ready and they were prepared, right? They studied, they were prepared. All right, let's talk about the pre-jurors first. It's not going to take that long. 2 things I wanted to talk about here were Pooch's comment on having to buy his own ticket to the show. That did make me laugh. So that brought he brought the comedic value there. And then Amira, she's getting a lot of slack online because of her comment about the Monte nomance, right? Meaning the Monty and Taylor hookup. People thought it was catty. I tend to agree in that I believe it was intentional, right? I'm just happy they didn't spend a lot of time on the pre-jurors. So I won't either. All right. So the jury, this is in no order, and I don't have a lot to go on here. To go off of. Well, I have a lot to go off of, but I really don't want to make this that long. All right. Indy's dress was really pretty. And would you look at that? Part of Taylor's social game, right? She played before and after the vote. Before, meaning that she gave Indy that dress on her way to the jury house, right? And then after the fact, telling Indy how good she looked in the dress. That's part of a social game. And a strong social game at that. Based on what we've seen all season and his colorful comments about Taylor all season long, I was shocked that Terrence voted for Taylor to win. Were you shocked? I was. I was also shocked about Kyle getting into the top 3 for America's favorite player. Yeah. All right. I want to move on to their speeches really quickly. Taylor's speech, fire. It was compelling. It really talked to all the jurors, I felt. And this is part of the social aspect of the game, because you have to move the jury, and she did just that. I think that Taylor had a strong end game, and a huge component and element of her end game was that social play. She did that very well. And we saw that through her goodbye speeches, talking with people. She just was good at it. And it definitely was much better at it than both Monty and Turner. I think she could have won sitting next to any of those, either of them. But we saw the results tonight. And by the way, if you don't know, Taylor won the season. All right. And to me, part of the Big Brother game is more than winning competitions. I've said that many times before. It's social too, right? There's a social aspect of the game, a social component. And I firmly believe that jurors vote based on how you make them feel. So Taylor's win cannot be discounted. She won the game with a strong social end game. And that's just facts, as Turner says, right? And it just cannot be minimized. It can't. She was able to get Terrence to vote for her, and all of the women. These are the same women who despised Taylor from day one. This win was no accident. No, it was not. That girl worked that social game, and it got her to the end, to where she had Monty evict Turner, right? Bringing her into those final 2 seats, where she not only won the season, but she won America's Favorite Player 2. History. First Black woman to win a regular season of Big Brother. 2 Black people won Big Brother back to back, right? Xavier won last year. Taylor won this year. And she's the 3rd Black woman to win AFP in a row, year back to back to back, right? Remember Davon won AFP, Tiffany won last year, and now Taylor won this year. History. I found Taylor to be a great representation for women, for Black women, and those who like to game, and the game of Big Brother, right? It was a great night. And for those of you that because I really do welcome all comments, as long as they're respectful. But for those of you who want to argue whether or not Taylor's win was deserved or not, just save it, right? Because I promise you, I'll delete them. And that's it. I don't care what you think about that. All right. A few observations. The way Julie was trying to read different keys out of order for suspense, that made me laugh. She started with Turner's key, and he was the last one to vote. And then she skipped the key and went to Terrence's key, and he voted for her. And I'm like, what are they doing? Why don't they just go from Juror 1 all the way through Juror 9 like that, regardless of who won, who's winning, or who's favored to win? But it seemed like she was trying to pick a different key just for the element of, like, just for the suspense, you know? Anyway, when Taylor came out of the doors and Nicole, I mean, everyone was congratulating her, of course. But Nicole congratulated her, held her hand, and she was saying a lot to Taylor. There was a lot of chit chat going on in there. I think part of it may have been an apology or wanting to have the opportunity to explain, you know, later on. That was pretty interesting. Also, during the credits, I also noticed we saw Taylor's mother and grandmother walk right out on that stage. And I thought, I have never seen, like, you know, yes, I have. I have seen family come on stage before, but it just was so, it was just so funny to me, because in my mind, I said, oh, here comes her mom and her grandmother. And they sure did go right over to her and hugged her, and people were giving them their space and stuff. And I thought, that's right. Get to her right now so you can get her on, put her on guard, right? I wish I could be at the after party, just a fly on the wall, just to hear like what's going on, you know, and seeing how many people are gonna try to explain away stuff. I've said this before. I just hope her family and her circle encourages her to just stay away from these people after the game. She won the game. She won the AFP. Just like, stay away from these people. All right, you guys, I think the night worked out like it was supposed to work out. I personally wanted Taylor to be evicted that first week just to minimize her trauma. The first few weeks in that house and watching all that go down, and throughout the season, really, the hate, the gaslighting, the bullying, the ugliness, it was awful. It was very triggering for me and for a lot of people online. I didn't like to see it. We saw Taylor's, like her crying and reacting to it. And she's had to fight from day one, right? And look how resilient she is, just like she said in her speech. The moment I saw her, when they started that Leftovers alliance, right? And when she got into that alliance and then felt like, she really felt like I have an opportunity to play, right? Now I'm in an alliance and I can start to play the game and, shift her experience. I remember her saying that, I have a different experience now. That's when I said, well, if the girl wants to play the game, who am I to say, get out? But this season is traumatic. And I'm telling you, well, I'm not telling you anything. I just, based on past seasons and past players, there's players now out there who are still traumatized from the game of Big Brother, their season, they are screaming for attention or screaming to be acknowledged and recognized as a good player. I mean, this has an effect on your life, and just her experience when she first went in there and just the bullying and all of that nastiness, it was ridiculous. And fans noticed, even production noticed, because they had them create that Leftovers alliance. This was awful. But I wanted her to be voted out just to minimize her trauma and just give them what they wanted. But in retrospect, right, it worked out like it should have. And the girl won the game and AFP. And she has the love of many Big Brother fans. So hopefully that'll all bring her some level of joy. But I still can't wait for her to go back to her circle and the people who are genuinely caring for her and care for her well-being, so they can let her know all of the shenanigans that went on this season, because people have a tendency to revise history, and that's in real life, let alone the Big Brother game, right? All right, I have a note that I wanted to say. The guys look nice tonight. Guys and girls, everyone looked nice tonight. The outfits that stood out to me were Taylor's, of course. I thought Indy and Jasmine also looked great. And I did like Nicole's hair. I liked it pulled back like that. That was nice. So the winner of Big Brother 24 is Taylor Mackenzie Hale. #Hale, yeah. Good for her. Just wow. I think she'll carry the weight of being a Big Brother winner very well. I thought her win was well deserved. And she won 8-1, y'all. 8-1, right? Kyle even voted for Taylor. And with the winner, they also get a chance or a cameo on Young and the Restless. So I'll have to look out for that as well. Oh my goodness. And did anyone else see the Lay's Twitter account was supporting Taylor? They were tweeting out. They were like, yeah, you know who we're voting for and get your chips and stuff. So that girl even have a brand deal coming her way. Probably multiple brand deals, but Lay's is definitely one. So she's winning all the way around. Her future is bright and it's nice to see. All right, well, the game is over. Thank goodness. And now we can all resume back to our normal habits and watch other shows. There are a few scripted shows I like to watch, so I'm happy to be able to get back to those. And I did this at the end of BB Can 10, so I thought I'd do it again here. Let me get my paper. And I got a lot more viewers this time, or a lot more comments this time. So I wanted to give shout outs. All right. So it's a long list, but if you're interested, just keep listening. All right. I'm giving shout outs to all of you that commented, right? Respectful comments, that is, and who supported the channel. So here we go. Lou, what's up? Mona Walters, E. Bernie Inspiration, Uppity Negro Goddess, Coney 11219. Your comment was straight and to the point. Thank you for that. Bob Rose, Jaya, Richard Cross, Hannah Shine, Joanne Devine, Jacqueline Jackson, Sharon Thorne, ML Michael, Aston Martin, Jenny Davis, LaShonda Matthews, John Dean, Hosanna, Deborah Gonser, Joanne Devine, Teresa Reynolds, Wave Runner, Penelope 5, hello, Kenneth Jacobs, LPW1, Insulin Dependent Skank. I love that name. Cinnamon Pie, Belly 36, Kyler, Mark, Grant, Lovin Sims, Jody, ATV 008, Don's Journey, Deborah Doman, RN 1005018, Mary Catherine Lounsbury, Siren, Debbie Black, Cindy Temple, Rosalie Doms, Monsoon 9551, Aslyn Deacon, Gabby Maddie, Alicia, Florinda, Paliver, Al Francisco, Queen Ronnie, Keegan Walker, Cam Lady, Steve Dussel. Your comment about voting for the most ineffective player going to Daniel, that cracked me up. Thank you for that. Sarita, Cece, A.R., PJ, hello, and yes, I am stoked. Omari Joseph, Linda, Just a Crochet Sister, Laverne Jones, DPC, Michael Smith, Kimbers 123, Millie Bobby Blue. Your insight into how people dismantled their game to get Taylor out, that was a solid point. Thank you for that. Monica Lar, Rennie Mack, Tanya Wise, Lettuce Thomas, Mills. You agreed with me about the nomances. Thank you for that. Palaver Girl, you weren't happy because you thought I didn't hold Terrence's feet to the fire, but I think I did. You know, you have to go back and watch that or listen to that mini rant I did about Terrence. Melissa Hannawalt, in Gentles. I agree with you about the casting in Gentles. I saw that comment. Thank you very much. Kenya Sharp, 53 block. 53 block. I'm going to say your name twice because you went silent on me after Kyle left. What happened? I enjoyed our back and forth. All right. Lisa McCoy, Jerome Jackson, Brandon, Kyla Hutchinson, Shirley Pierre, Greedent, Pamela Johnson, Kim Del Giorni, Chris Ledford, Nikki Sticky 007. That's a cute name. Deborah Cuthbertson. And every time I hear Cuthbert, I think of Anne of Green Gables. Nile is a babe one. Molly Lollipops, Gail Holmes, Janet Johnson, Rose Hubbard, Journey B, and Gail Belair. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for commenting and engaging. I see you. I appreciate you. We don't always agree or share the same opinion, and that's okay, right? You guys showed me a level of respect. You engaged with me online. I appreciate you for that. So thank you. And to everyone listening to my voice, I'm happy to have shared my BB commentary with you, all of you this season. Thank you for listening. I welcome you all to stick around. And if you can't, that's okay. No hard feelings. Just keep me in mind and maybe you'll come back next season. All right. Taylor Mackenzie Hale won Big Brother Season 24 and AFP for Big Brother Season 24. And we loved it, at least here on this channel. And that's all I have. I'd love for you to like, comment, share, and subscribe, all of which will help my channel grow. So thank you in advance. My name is Danielle. You're listening to Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. And that's all I have. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.